Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brenda, or also known as Cozyaholic, and for today's video it is the long awaited house tour. I know that I've been promising this video for like the longest time and it's finally here. Of course it is not perfect, and I feel like everybody says that, like the house is not perfect, it's not entirely done, but it is very true, and I don't think it'll ever be done. I just have so many projects for this house that I feel like it would probably take me a year to finally complete everything, and honestly I don't want to leave you guys waiting for so long. So I am going to be showing you guys pretty much what the house looks like right now. There are going to be two parts, well actually it's going to be 4 parts, so kind of explain so it's not very confusing. This video is going to be the house tour where I'm explaining everything, walking you guys through the entire house, and then there's going to be a second video to this which is just a house tour with music, no talking, so you guys can just kind of like enjoy the house tour without me blabbering all over the place. So if you are interested in watching that video instead and you just want to see what the house looks like, I will leave a link down below to that video, which is the no voice house tour. And then if you want to know more about everything that I purchased, you know, all these little singular items, or you have any questions, then this video is for you. You can ask all the questions you want in the comments down below. So that's 2 videos right there, and then there's going to be a part 2 to everything. So in this video I'm going to be showing you guys the first floor because we do have a 2-story house, and then in the second part I'm going to show you guys the upstairs, which is right now a disaster, and that's the only reason why I'm not showing you guys everything in this video, because I have children and it's just really hard to keep everything clean, and honestly I would just probably go crazy trying to keep it all, you know, tidy while I film this, and it would just be so stressful. So I'd rather just like clean one side of the house or one part of the house, show you guys, and then let it turn into the mess that it always turns into, and then go ahead and show you guys the upstairs so they can hang out down here, destroy the downstairs while I keep everything tidy up there. So yeah, that's the reason I'm doing 2 parts to this. So in total there's gonna be 4 videos. Hopefully that's not confusing, but anyways, for today we're gonna be going through all of the downstairs. I'm not gonna be showing everything, which I know it's supposed to be a home tour of everything, but it's just there's some parts that I really don't want to show you guys right now. It's not the way I want it to be. So there's this room right behind this wall right here. It used to be my office. Right now I have a bunch of like home decor just like stacked all over the place. We're actually gonna be turning that into a guest bedroom, so that's gonna be a whole video. I'm super excited. I'm partnering with this mattress brand, which I'm really excited about, and we're gonna be transforming this room into this beautiful like coastal oasis guest bedroom. I'm so excited, so definitely stay tuned for that video. But anyways, that's a whole project. That's why I don't want to show you guys that right now, because it's gonna be a whole different reveal. And then also the guest bathroom, that one's also a whole thing in progress right now. I took down like the builder grade like towel rack. I hung some, okay, it's all secret, but I will be showing you guys in a different video as well. So that's the only reason why I'm not showing like this side of the house, but everything else you'll be able to see and kind of like the flow of everything, which I haven't really shown before. And let's hop right into it. Okay, so for the entrance, pretty much you are looking at the entryway, and then there's a really big stairway that goes all the way up, which I love. It's like almost regal in a way. It's right in front when you walk in. It's not, what I love about it is that it's not covered by any walls or anything. It's just right front and center, and it looks beautiful. I love the curve to it and everything. And I will also be inserting some pictures here so you guys can see the before and after of what the house used to look like and what we've transformed it now. We've lived in this house for a 1.5 years now, and it's been a lot of work, a lot of money put in this house. So yeah, it's been a journey for sure. I know a lot of you guys are gonna be asking like, where did you get all this money, this and that. So we lived in Arizona, and when we moved there we were 18 and 19, and we purchased our first home. It was a fixer-upper. It was so ugly. I loved it at the time though. It was beautiful. It was one of the only houses in Arizona that actually had real grass, and that's the reason why I fell in love with it. And it had trees, and in Arizona everything's dry, it's very deserty, so like that's the reason why I love that house so much. But it definitely was a fixer-upper. We kept that house, we turned it into a rental. We ended up purchasing a different house for us. We kind of upgraded, and I think maybe a year ago we sold that house when we moved into this one because we had to. You know, debt to income ratio was gonna be too much. We actually ended up making money off of that because property value went up, so that's where we got money from to be able to invest into this house. But that's a whole spiel. It's a lot of a lot of stuff that comes into it, capital gains, a bunch of stuff. So, but yeah, so that's where we got most of our money to do all of these renovations. And yeah, so the floors were one of them. Love the floors. They are Provenza, and I think it's called Natural Grain. I will try and link everything that I can in the description box below for you guys. So then on the left side of the house, you see the entryway, and then you can find my Our House console table, which is a beautiful big piece of wood. So gorgeous, definitely an investment piece. It is expensive, but I promise you it is the best purchase I've ever made. And then right on top, I just have a bunch of different like stacks of decor and stuff. So on the left side, I have 2 stacks of books, and then right on top of it, I have the Studio McGee lamp that everybody knows about and has seen. So that's one of my favorite lamps that I've ever encountered. I just love the gray distressed look that it has. And then right next to it, I have a paper mache bowl with the garland that's also at Target. The paper mache bowl I found at a local vintage shop here in California. And then right next to that, I have another stack of books, and then right on top of that, I just have a candle and a little stick of Palo Santo. And then right next to that, I just have this beautiful glass vase that I actually found at a thrift store, and I just have some stems in there from Hobby Lobby. And then also for the mirror that's in this area, so that mirror, it's there and it's placed in that manner because if you guys can see, there's a switch right there, and that switch actually controls the lights for the stairs. And unfortunately, it's literally in the center of where the stairs are, and I wanted the console table to be at the center of this wall, and it's literally like smack in the middle of the center of this wall. So it's like I had no choice but to put it there, and I obviously didn't want to cover that outlet or that, you know, that switch because it controls the stair light. So I just had to put it right on top, which looks a little funky, but we made it work, so that's why we have it that way. All right, and then moving on to the right side, this is our formal living room. So this is my favorite area. This area is one where I don't really let the kids roam around in. They'll run around there sometimes, but I don't play TV in this area because they have TV over here, and I just love keeping that area super clean. It's just like my own personal space. On the right side, we have 2 accent chairs. Those are from the Target collection as well. I believe they're Threshold, and they're like about $200. And then right on top, I have this beautiful genuine leather pillow or lumber pillow that I got at Home Goods. And then right next to it is my coffee table, which so many people are always asking about. This coffee table I actually found on Facebook Marketplace, and then I did this easy off method. It's like the oven cleaner. I just sprayed the entire thing like maybe 3 or 4 times to strip the varnish of it, and it turned into this beautiful, just vintage looking thing. I don't even know how it's possible, but yeah. So I actually have a couple projects lined up to do with Easy Off, so I definitely will be showing you guys how to do it, just obviously not on this coffee table because I already did it on that one. And then right on top of it, I just have, you know, different things. This area, I try to keep it as minimal as possible just because I obviously do have kids, and if they do make it into this area, I don't want them to break anything. So the big bowl is from Home Goods, and then right on top of that, I have a candle, this beautiful little jar that's from Target, and then right under it I have this little black chain as well, and it looks super cute. Right behind that, I have this beautiful tall vase that I found at Hobby Lobby. I think it's $20 if I can remember correctly. And then inside of it I have these stems, and they're called the curly leaf stem, and you can find those at Hobby Lobby as well. They're my absolute favorite. You will be seeing them around the house a lot because I just love the stem so much. Moving next to that, we have my fireplace. I do get a lot of questions of this. So the fireplace mantle, or like the whole frame of it, I actually got custom made in Arizona by a woodworker that used to live in our community. I believe I paid maybe like $350 for him to like create a replica that I saw on Pinterest. So he made that for me, and then I bought the insert on Amazon that fit the frame of it. It's temporary. I actually am planning to do like a whole thing stuck to the wall because right now it's just like sitting there. So hopefully we can get that done sometime. I just kind of need to learn woodworking a little bit more before I decide to do such a big project. So that's what we have. That's the plans for the future. And then right next to it, I have this beautiful little milking stool that I also found at a local vintage shop. And then right on top, a little DIY ceramic vase that I made with the asparagus bush from Hobby Lobby. And then right behind that, I have a really big vase or pot, you would call it. You can actually find this one at Home Depot. And then the faux olive tree is from Nearly Natural. I will leave a link to that down below as well for you guys. And then moving on to the other side, so on that side, I have my Studio McGee couch. I also get a lot of questions on this couch. I believe it's sold out, but you can add, you know, your email to get notified if it ever goes back on stock. I think it's called the Vivian Park sofa. Love this couch, very beautiful. It is very, very firm. So if you're looking for something cozy, this definitely won't be your couch. And it's also very tiny. I was actually very surprised when it came in. It was like so small. I was like, oh my God, this is so small. But it actually worked really well for this area because it's so narrow, and I really wanted to have gaps on both sides of the living room. So it actually worked out really, really well. And I'm also a very small person, so it's kind of like a little miniature couch for me, and it's perfect. I can actually have my feet touch the floor. But yeah, so that is the couch, and then I just have some pillows on it and a blanket. And then right behind that, we have our little DIY console table that turned into a fail. I still kept it because it's kind of cute, but I just have 2 lamps on there, which I'm actually going to be changing for some different lamps. I'm gonna be cutting off the cable, and I'm gonna be buying the little light button thingies that you can put inside of it with the little remote so that they look like they're, you know, cable free. I think that would be so pretty. I think I saw someone do that on Instagram. And then right in the middle, I just have this beautiful book that's an LA book, just like a historic LA building book. I don't even know. I think it's for the city hall. So I just opened that up, and then I just put a magnifying glass right on top, which I thought would be super cute. Now moving on to the dining area. So if you guys did watch my last video where I did like a whole dining room decorate with me, I loved how it looked, but my kids just made it all the way up there and it was just too dangerous for them, so I had to take it apart, which I'm so sad. So this area is still kind of in the works. I'm actually planning on also sanding down this this specific table because I don't like the warmth it has. The big wall, we actually DIY'd that whole framing. I believe someone asked me in my last video as well if I had any DIY videos on how we did that. We do not, but it's actually very, very simple. The whole math thing about like measuring the wall and trying to figure out where the things were gonna go was a nightmare. I was like almost like ripping my hair out because I couldn't figure it out. I think I just eyed it, honestly. Like, I don't know, it's probably so wrong, but pretty much you just go to Home Depot and you buy the big strips of this wall paneling, and you just freaking buy a nail gun and you just nail it all the way, and that's it. And then you just do the caulking around it and you just paint it. That's it. It's so freaking simple. The whole measuring thing is like a nightmare, but other than that, just like nailing it in and painting over it, do the caulking, it's so simple. It's probably the easiest project we've ever done. So this is pretty much the area here, and then I have another olive tree from Nearly Natural, which I love as well. This is actually a temporary placement for it. It's actually going to be going in our guest bedroom, I think. So that's where I have it right now, but it will be moved at some point. Moving on to the big room, which is back here where I am. So this is where we hang out most of the time. So if you walk in through the dining area, there's a door there that you can come in through, and you will encounter yourself with our breakfast table, which is another squared one. I was thinking of doing a round table, but honestly we just like the big tables because we just can fit so much on them. That is that area, and then the Lazy Susan that was in the formal dining room is now over here because I don't know, I just thought it felt better to have it on this side. And yeah, and then this is just pretty much like the area that we hang out in the most. And then right next to our breakfast table is the kitchen. There's a whole kitchen tour if you are interested in watching that. I will link that down below for you guys, but the kitchen has been remodeled. We did paint the cabinets, we replaced the countertops, and I will insert pictures of what the kitchen used to look like. I think other than that, we just did new backsplash, and that's pretty much it. I kind of decorated it. I love it so much. It is beautiful. I just feel like a new person, and I actually enjoy being in the kitchen now, which is great. So yeah, that's the kitchen. Oh, so I almost forgot. So the dining table in the formal dining room is from Pier 1 Imports, but it is discontinued, so I can't have a link for that unfortunately, but it is from Pier 1 Imports if you guys want to check that out and maybe see if you can find a similar one. Carter is screaming upstairs, so Mika's watching them while I film this. So please excuse his screaming. I'm sure he's fine. But anyway, so the rug that's under the formal dining table is from Laloy, and I think it's the olive one. It definitely is really olive, and on camera you'll see it being very neutral, very brownish almost, but it actually has a lot of olive in it, so it's like a love-hate relationship with that rug. I don't want to get rid of it because I still like it, but sometimes depending on the lighting it looks really green, so just keep that in mind. If there's any questions that you guys have in the kitchen, definitely check out my kitchen tour, but pretty much everything in there is home goods, even the wooden spoons and the vase that they're in. It's so funny, but I love home goods. If you guys want to hang out with me and go shopping, I'm totally down because that's where I am 24/7. But yeah, so that is the kitchen. And then moving along to the family room. So right against this wall right in front of me, I have this beautiful sofa table that I found on Facebook Marketplace for $100. I'm planning on sanding this piece down just a little bit more just to take away the yellowness of it, but I love this piece so much. It's just beautiful, very, very vintage looking. I don't think it's genuine vintage because if you pull out the drawers, you will see kind of like an intertwined wood design, almost like this. That means it's actually vintage, and it's an older piece because they used to do woodwork like that, where the wood would intertwine like this, and like when you connect, you know, two frames like this for a drawer, for example, you'll see it like this. So definitely keep your eye out for those pieces, but that's when you know it's genuine, like actually, you know, an old piece. This one doesn't have that, so I don't think it's that old, but it does have a distressed look, which I love. I'm probably gonna say it's maybe around like the 20-year-old range, so I think that's great. And then right on top of it, I just have tons of styling. I worked a lot on this space because I just couldn't figure out how I wanted to do it, but I think I finally figured out something that I love. So in the left side, I have this cutting board. Right on top, I have 2 books that I thrifted, and then right on top, I have that candle, which I said I didn't love. I didn't like the scent, but I started burning it and I'm kind of liking it now. I feel like once you burn it, it smells a little differently. So if you guys have been considering getting that candle, I definitely recommend it, even if you just want it for decor. Just a beautiful, beautiful piece. And then right next to it, I have this vase that I found at Hobby Lobby with a little beaded garland coming down from it. Both are from Hobby Lobby. And then right next to it, I have 2 of my most favorite home decor books. The first one is Feels Like Home, and the next one is Down to Earth. And those are just my absolute favorite. I have those 2 stacked together. Right on top, I have a magnifying glass, and guess where it's from? Home Goods. And then right behind it, I have this beautiful little, like, what is it, like concrete, almost like marble bowl, and bowl, this like marble bowl, and it's also from Home Goods. This actually used to be a salt thing, and it had like a little golden spoon, which I have in my kitchen, but I actually turned it into a little like match holder, and then right next to it I have a little striker thing that I got on Amazon. It's just like a little sticker, so that way I can light my candles. And yeah, and then right next to that I have a cute little like wooden stand, and that one I found at Michael's. And then right on top of that I have this beautiful vintage vase that I found at Goodwill. Beautiful. The second I saw it, I was like, oh my god, like I finally found something worthy at Goodwill. And then right next to it I just have another pretty much almost replica of the other black vintage vase, which I found at the same vintage shop here in Southern California. So yep. And then of course again the curly stems, which I love, and then right above it we have the IKEA, I think they're Trofast frames, or I can't remember the name, but these frames are from IKEA, and we just have some family pictures there. Finally, moving on to the family room, which is the last room in this house. This room has been in the works. You guys know that I struggle with this room because I want to make it almost like the front, but it's just not possible. So I struggle a lot with this area because it's not what I want it to be, but I just have to make it work because it is the family room. It is where the kids hang out, and I just have to make it safe for them. So in this area, I have 2 couches. The one that I'm sitting on right now is the brand sofa from World Market. And then the one that's in front of me, which is the other sofa, is one from Living Spaces. And they're two different couches. I'm actually gonna be getting rid of them and getting a sectional because I just think it'll work better in this space. But for now, we have these two couches. Okay, my camera stopped recording, so I'm gonna try and talk as fast as I can because my SD card is getting full. But anyways, I think I might have left off at the sofa. This one's from Living Spaces, and we're actually planning on getting a sectional here, so I will be selling both of these. But until then, this is just what we have to work with. They're two different sofas, but I think a sectional is just gonna work better in this room because of our children. So yeah, and then right next to it, I have this wooden stump from Target, and I believe it's like $100 or something. Absolutely love it. It looks super beautiful, and I love the wood tone. That's pretty much what I want to accomplish for the rest of my pieces. And then right on top of it is a lamp that I found on Facebook Marketplace, and this is what I tell you guys, do not sleep on Facebook Marketplace. You can find so many pieces, and not only that, but like you can literally like I can't link these guys, but at least you guys have an idea of what things you can purchase. So this one I got for $15 on Facebook Marketplace, and I love it. And then other than that, pretty much the space is kind of, you know, there's not really much in here. I have two big ottomans from our house. I just have this beautiful little seagrass basket from Target with two pillows in it. And then the built-in is still in the works as well. But pretty much here I just have two baskets. One of them has the kids' toys in it. And then I just have books that we've been like kind of collecting. Two stacked boxes, and then just, there's not really much there. Just kind of, you know, I'm leaving it blank just because I don't want it to be too busy in this area. But yeah, and then the rug is from Pottery Barn. I will try to link that one down below as well. Pretty much it for this video, you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed. Let me know if you guys have any questions. And I'm so happy that I finally did this. It's like a weight off my shoulders. Obviously, I wasn't able to show you guys everything, but definitely stay tuned for part 2, which is the upstairs. And then, of course, we'll be doing a guest bedroom reveal very, very soon. I think I'm gonna be working on it this week, so super excited. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.